The Can-Am Roadster is a different type of road vehicle. In this section, we will show the distinctive features and operating characteristics. First, the Can-Am Roadster has 2 wheels up front and 1 behind. This 3-wheeled Y configuration provides greater low-speed stability than a motorcycle, and when stopped, it is more stable than a motorcycle. But 3 wheels are not as stable as 4, so it's not as stable as an automobile. So don't think that you cannot tip or roll it. If you make extreme maneuvers or strike uneven surfaces or objects, your vehicle may tip or roll over. It's also possible for you or your passenger to fall off due to hard turns, acceleration, braking, or impacts. The Can-Am Roadster is equipped with an electronic vehicle stability system, or VSS. It helps maintain stability in some specific circumstances, but like any similar vehicle technology, if you push beyond its limits or intended capabilities, you can still lose control of your vehicle. When it comes to stopping, the Can-Am Roadster's braking system is more like a car than a motorcycle. You stop by pressing down on a right side foot pedal that brakes all 3 wheels simultaneously using an anti-lock braking system, or ABS, and an electronic brake distribution system, or EBD. Unlike a motorcycle, there is no hand-operated brake, and there is no way to brake front and rear wheels separately. If you are a motorcycle rider in the habit of squeezing at the handlebar to stop, you will need to practice and become proficient with your brake before getting on the road. That's why you must keep your feet firmly planted on the footrests while riding. This way, you can also operate the foot brake quickly when needed. To steer your Can-Am Roadsters, always steer in the direction of the turn. Do not counter-steer as it is done on a motorcycle. Unlike a motorcycle, your Can-Am Roadsters cannot lean while turning. So if you're a motorcycle rider, you must learn again how to turn. Maybe it sounds obvious, but in fact you must practice until you become proficient with this action of turning the handle in the same direction you want to go, no matter your speed. Because the Can-Am Roadster does not lean and turn, it's different than a motorcycle. Therefore, you will feel a lateral force pushing your body to the outside of the turn, like you would in an automobile or on an ATV or snowmobile. Be prepared as you're going into corners or turns to brace yourself against the force in order to maintain your balance on the vehicle. To do so, both operator and passenger must hold handlebars and firmly plant feet on foot pegs. Another characteristic of your Can-Am Roadsters is that it's wider than a typical motorcycle, but narrower than a typical car. If you are a motorcycle rider, you need to be especially aware of that extra width at all times. Before riding the Can-Am Roadster, consider your risk of being hurt or killed in a crash, how you can reduce the risk, and whether you are willing to take the risk. There are many factors that contribute to the risk that you face. You can control some of these factors, but others, like the behavior of other drivers, are beyond your control. That's why it's very important to have the skills and knowledge to be totally in control of your vehicle at all times. It's also critical to understand your Can-Am Roadster's operating characteristics and limitations. Typically, you should position your Can-Am Roadsters in the center of the lane. This position keeps the front wheels in the lane. It also provides additional clearance from vehicles in other lanes, reducing wind from large vehicles, and reducing the risk of being struck by vehicles that drive on the edge of their lane. Riding 3-wheeled open-air vehicles like your Can-Am Roadster requires the same type of protection gear as motorcycling. In the event of a crash, protective gear may prevent or reduce injuries.